Hello and welcome back to another video, and today, as you'll have seen by the title and thumbnail, we're finally back with probably the most requested video or series of videos ever on my channel. The last year's version of this video was the biggest video I've ever made, like over 200,000 views. It's absolutely ridiculous, and you guys all wanted to see more, so here we are on MotoGP 20 this time with not the 181 riders, 178 because there's just less riders in the game. I am going to try something else at some point, see if I can add more, but for now we're just sticking with the amount that are in the game. So as you can see, when we actually even go into the menus, it's slightly laggy, so every single team in the game is now accessible in the MotoGP class. That includes the DLC ones, of course, because I've got the DLC. That's why if I didn't have the DLC, then I still wouldn't have them. And here's the official riders. Every single rider is in here, and as it was last year, this screen is completely broken. They go off the end of the screen and you can't scroll any further down, whereas with the teams there is actually some categories where it does go off the screen, so there actually is a scroll, so you can actually scroll through all of the teams. Now there'll be 177 AI, and then of course myself, so I'll pick the Monster Energy Yamaha here. As we always do, it is Bruno. That's how we've done it the last 2 years, so I thought I'd keep it exactly the same. So we're going to head into this now. This is going to be absolutely chaotic. Bit of a warning, the frame rate is going to be appalling, but I think you can understand why, because we're loading so many riders in. So then it has loaded in, and if you notice that things look a bit weird, I have turned my draw distance down for this video to try and improve the frame rate. So that's why the trees look absolutely terrible. I will have to turn it back up. I'll have to remember to do that after the video is done. But when we press A, we're going to see the absolute carnage unfold. I pressed it twice there for some reason. Stuck on the loading screen then here. And here we are then, extremely low resolution textures for a lot of the riders. But again, this is just me trying to improve the frame rate for the video. So Jorge Martin then on pole position, Marc Marquez alongside him. Troy Bayliss down in 45th position, which just seems like a weird statement to say. And then myself down in 178th position. So this is going to be absolutely crazy. It looks really weird, the number, just because obviously it's just not meant to fit 3-digit numbers on that section of it. We've never seen it with these graphics, of course, because we've only saw it with the previous iteration of the MotoGP TV graphics in the last 2 games. But I'm going to press go to track now then, and let's see the absolute carnage unfold. Here we go, black screen. It never gets old. It never gets old. Who is like doing cartwheels? One of the Red Bull rookies was doing absolute cartwheels. Oh, this never fails to amaze me every single time. The frame rate is absolutely awful at the minute, by the way, so that's good. Oh, Fernandez ramping up somebody, so smacked into Vieja's bike, and down he goes. Oh, literally, I can see maybe, I don't even know, there's a few riders on their bikes still. I don't know who is still on the bikes, who isn't. It crashed. The game crashed. The game actually crashed. Alright, we'll have to give this one a go then, again, and I'll have to skip past this screen because I think the game's just going to crash every time. So then we're back now. I've turned the graphics settings down even more, so it looks absolutely atrocious, but there's not really much I can do about it. I'm just trying to make it so the game doesn't crash. I'm going to skip that cutscene straight away this time, and hopefully we'll actually get to the race. Right, we're actually onto the track now. Where is my bike? Where am I? Where am I? What? Okay, I'm on the floor. I'm on my side. I've respawned. I've been hit by somebody. Off we go. Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Oh. They're just all crashing into each other. So one thing to point out this year is the Red Bull rookies in Moto E actually know every single track, so they know where they're going this year. Which does mean that they don't go slow and hold you up anymore. So a championship actually would be less entertaining, but we've got a really good run. We're up into 8th place. Oh, we've just taken somebody out. Not sure who it was, but we took them out. It was the Red Bull Rookies rider, I think. There's names I've never even seen, although I've never played the Red Bull Rookies in this game because I didn't have to play it in career. So frame rate actually, it's not great, but it doesn't seem atrocious, it must be said. There's places where it's actually getting up to a decent rate, although the graphics look awful. Again, apologies for that, but there's nothing I can really do when you're spawning all these riders in here then. So we're close up to Darren Binder in front of us. It's got the inside of Darren Binder. He's going to get back underneath us on that, I said Red Bull Rookies bike for some reason on the Moto 3. Sete Gibernau's down. There's still people crashing. Obviously, they are going to still have the differentiations in speed. There's some crashes off here. I don't know if they crashed there. Someone's coming back on the circuit. Oh, it's Gibernau. So Gibernau would actually crash that left-hander. That's a weird place to crash, must be said. So Sergio Garcia in front of us now then. Oh yeah, of course, we're going to be really, really solid straight. Here we go to the right-hand side, at the inside of our Cobra as well. S. Ogden. Ogden in front of us. I've never actually heard that name before. I don't really watch Red Bull Rookies. In fact, I think I've only ever watched about one race of them. And of course, they got added late, so I didn't play them in career, so I actually don't know who they are. Sasaki goes side by side with Rainey up ahead, apparently. Oh, Wayne Gardner's had a crash. Oh, they've crashed at the exit of this corner. There's a Ducati down as well, by the looks of it. I think, anyway. Sasaki actually got past... Oh, no, Rainey got past Sasaki. I misread that. I was thinking, hang on. Sasaki got past Rainey. Tommaso Marcon in front of us. Valentino Rossi leading, then had a Polo Spagro in second position. Morbidelli third. Vierge in fourth. Rins fifth. Spagro sixth. And there was a Mark BDS seventh. It might have been low. So we go past Tommaso Marcon then. Do pass Skie in front of us. There we go. Past him. Up into 11th place then now. So Wayne Rainey, the rider up ahead, he's twitching. Look at my rear tyre. My rear tyre's actually getting quite warm because, well, usually you don't get to ride around at normal pace, but in this game, actually seems like you can because they're not all holding you up. So we've just gone past Raffin and Rainey, like standing still. Tetsuta Nagashima just ahead of us as well. I think it might be more possible to do some sort of last to first challenges in this if you're not getting taken out a lot, because of course the AI are quite slow. Although they will get away at the front, won't they, if you're starting in the back if the MotoGP riders get away, so that's a problem. I was actually worried that we'd get a load of retirements at the start and they'd all be out, but it says we still have 178 riders in the race. Although, oh yeah, that number doesn't decrease, does it? So I'm not actually sure how many people are in the race. Probably not all of the 178, but it still seems like there's a lot because there's crashes going on everywhere. Sasaki is now down once again. Augusto Fernandez just ahead of us then in 7th position. So it was him, not Lowe's, in the top 7 on that Mark BDS bike. We'll finish this race and then I'll do one where I sit at the back and see how we can pick us way through that as well. But here we go at the inside of Fernandez. We're not actually going to make this. I had to force him wide because he was actually better on the brakes than I was, which is quite surprising. Marcon says pass de Pasquier. So up into 7th, there's a couple of riders up ahead. I don't know if we'll be able to catch them up or not. The rear is sliding so much. Just the tyre just seems like it's got so much heat going through it. What is the temperature? 129. So Brno really is one of those tracks that destroys your tyres. So it's actually Xavi Vierge in front of us. Rossi still leads then, 53.9. So they are actually sort of doing normal times because they're out front not being held up. That's probably why the MotoGP bike's actually doing better this time. Because in previous years, it was actually the Moto2 bikes that tended to do quite well in the shorter races, purely because if they didn't get knocked off or whatever, then they actually had a decent enough amount of pace to not get completely caught up instantly or get rammed off all the time. But Xavi Vierge just in front of us, and then in front of him there is somebody else, so top 5 could be possible, which would be great from 178th of the grid and being on our side straight away off the line. Round the outside on the grass, I've just gone on Vierge there. We're not going to get that one stopped. Yep, I've crashed. Oh dear. But luckily, rewinds still work, although the body was a bit glitchy there. Yeah, apologies again. Oh, wow, okay, yeah, it does not like this. Apologies again for the frame rate, but of course, if I'm sticking 180 riders in one race, there or thereabouts, of course the game is going to lag. So I've turned the graphics quality down to try and counteract that, so apologies for it not looking the best. But there's not much you can do, and I think you're not here for the graphical... the graphics, you're here for the absolute madness. So we're up into 6th place, and who is this in front of us now? Is it Aleix Espargaro? I feel like we're catching him too quickly for it to be Aleix Espargaro. But obviously some of the AI at the back are very, very slow. It looks like an Aprilia to me, but I mean, I could totally be wrong. I mean, you can't tell. You can't tell with this graphics saying what bike it is from that far away. They've got the render distance so low. A bit of lag here. It is Aleix Espargaro though, which is quite interesting. So he's really, really struggling. The frame rate, as we get closer to Aleix, is actually dropping a little bit. 1.4 seconds behind him, 1.2 in front of Vierge. I don't think we're going to get Aleix here, but I'll give it a go. I'll give it my best shot. There's someone in front of him not too far ahead, so we actually had decent pace here. It'd be interesting to see what this fastest lap was. Because of course Valentino Rossi had the fastest lap with the 53.9. I don't know why I was getting 30 from. I think I was thinking 30, like 3.9, because it was a 53.9, so I was thinking 39 in my head. So as we go through turn 12 then, Aleix is going to hang on to his massive wheelie. The bikes just need to wheelie a lot in this game, which I'm not complaining about. MotoGP bike wheelies a lot in real life, but it's definitely something that's a bit more present in this game. So Rossi actually wins then. So Rossi gets his first win of 2020. And that's without me really, well, I was going to say without me interfering, but I've added so many more riders that it's definitely interfered with the result a little bit. Rossi 53.5 on that lap. What have I done? 54.4 then at the end of that. Let's have a look at the standings. This is going to be a really crazy one. So you got top 6 then MotoGP bikes. Basically, the guys that managed to get away. Obviously, one of them is me, but the MotoGP bikes that didn't get crashed off at the beginning, getting away from everybody else a little bit behind. And then you got your Moto2 riders that probably didn't get knocked off. So you got Vierge, Fernandez, Nakashima, Raffin. Actually got Tommaso Marcon in there as well. Jason Dupasquier apparently came 12th. Gibernau came 13th, even though I saw him crash about 1 million times. So I'm not really sure how that works. I think the times are simulated. So we got Mike D'Amelio on a Moto e-bike. If you go through this order, oh wow, that's why he still finished. This is how many people retired. Holy. Oh wow. Look at all the retirements. I knew that some riders will have retired. I didn't realise this many. Still going, not quite. So Aaron Canet then was the first retirement. Had Jake Dixon, Jakob Kornfeil, Matteo Ferrari, and Sho Nishimura. Danny Pedrosa, Billy Van Erde, Chris Vermeulen, and Jack Miller. So Jack Miller, the absolute legend in the 181 Rider Championship that actually took the title fight to me, ending up 170th in the first race on 20, so he perhaps hasn't got those skills he used to have. But that's absolutely crazy, only 26 riders finishing. It kind of makes no sense to why the frame rate was so poor near the end. If like that many riders retired, 26 is pretty reasonable. Like, that you get more than that in Moto3 and Moto2, so quite why it was still lagging. Carlos Tatai has got plus 2 minutes 37, which it kind of makes you think that it's that bug, but that bug's been fixed, so I'm not really sure what happened to him. I'm guessing he just got crashed off so much at the start. Sometimes you take a really long time to respawn. But if you have a look then here, only 29 riders actually finished the first lap. Because you don't get your fastest lap, of course, unless you finish the first lap. So that's quite interesting here. So 29 people finished the first lap. 26 actually finished the race in total. So 26 out of 178. So that's 152 riders retiring, man. That's absolutely ridiculous. So we'll give you this another go then. We'll do another race. I'll stay near the back this time and we'll see what kind of carnage unfolds there. Oh, so this time we're actually still on the bike. We're actually just 4 wide in this grid spot. So we've got ourselves, Dalla Porta, I'm not actually sure who else it was. I think it was Gardner, one of them, and also Garzo. That's it. That's the other guy. I just forgot his name. Almost getting collected there by Jake Dixon. Look, oh, who's that? Who was that? Just launched up in the air. Hang on. What? Whoa, what was that? I want to see that again. I don't know if it'll crash, but I accessed the replay camera. But I want to see who that was that launched up in the air. Okay, I'm not going to get to find out because it does in fact crash in the replay camera, so that's kind of annoying. But there you go. So once again we're back, but this time we're being wheelied up in the air and down we go. We're facing backwards. This is going to be an interesting one. So we're on board with the crash cam now. We've just seen Paulus. Oh wow, I think Eddie Lawson's got absolutely sent up into the air there. We've just been taken out again by trying to get out of the way. We're being hit by, at the back by Loris Capirossi. Look at all this. I've waited to the back of the grid, and all these riders that are out the race, there's 50 of us left already. Okay, so Joe Roberts then, 46th. There is a couple of other people behind. There's still people crashing down the straight. There's still more crashes. People spawning inside the track. Someone has just rejoined the racing line. Quite dangerous. Oh, Sam Lowe's, that is. So Perrin has gone down. So Bartholomew Perrin, apparently. We've got a good run on Sam Lowe's. Past Lowe's, he's going to hit him at the back. Oh, he's hit Ton at the back. He's hit Philip Ton. We got G Plankers, or Planks. I've got him really, really hot, though. So we've dropped down into 37th place. And someone else is off. Kevin Schwantz is off there. So now up to 36. Get the slipstream. Oh, come on, don't hit him at the back, Joe. I think Joe's hit him, but he's not had him off somehow. So we're now up into 34. Someone else. They just had a high start on their own. I think they have. Someone else is rejoining. It's Loris Capirossi. So even when you drop back to the. Oh, we've had contact. Oh, we've had Capirossi off. Oh dear, that is not good. Oh, and Joe Roberts is now getting in there, sort of hitting us out of the way. And we've actually lost a place back behind the Red Bull rookies again. There we go, blasting past the pair of them, obviously with that power of, even though it's a Yamaha, it's much faster than a Moto2 and a Red Bull Rookies bike. There's a big pack in front of, again, Joe Roberts back up the inside. I mean, fair play. Joe is actually giving this a good one. So, it seems like the Moto2s actually, because the corner speed is so good, they can actually kind of keep up if you don't ride properly. So, we got, I think it's a pack of Red Bull Rookies by the looks of it, because they're all at the same sort of speed. So, is it Noah DeWittler or DeWeiler? Not 100% sure, but yeah, this looks like a pack of Red Bull Rookies and perhaps Moto3 bikes. Cribier is passing Eskrig there, so I think he might be at the front of the group. So here we go then, we're going to power to the right hand side, so we'll pass 1, pass 2, pass 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I think that was, that we just passed. And Marini's rejoined the track, and he's got contacted somehow. We've both stayed on. We're up into 21st position then now. Riccardo Rossi up next. Can we pass him before the line? We're not going to do that, I don't think. Oh, actually, it could be close. Yes, actually, I think we did. Oh, no, level. Yeah, but we were 20th, so actually we did just pass him before the line. That is the power of the MotoGP versus the power of the Moto3, which of course is something you don't get to see all too often. So Sergio Garcia in front of us then now. So we come thundering on this stretch. So it seems like most of the slower bikes get left in the race. So Toba, who is this ahead? Josh Hook, so a Moto E. So it seems like some of the slower bikes just get left in the race, probably because they don't pick up as much speed when they get thrown about. Xavi Vierge. So closer to the back of Josh Hook, around the outside of Josh Hook then, up into 16th. We'll be back up into the points in a second when we pass Cornfile. So it seems like we've caught up to a pack of Moto E and Moto 2 riders. We've kind of forced Cornfile out the way there. Someone else is down in the gravel there, so we're now up to 14th. Lorenzo Baldassari has just been passed by Simone Corsi, which in itself is a little bit weird. I think Joe Roberts might have just caught up to Riccardo Rossi because they've both crashed together. So we're at the back of Lorenzo Baldassari now. The inside we're going to go. The inside. He's going to hold it around the outside door. I'm going to get on the power. There we go. So it was just me riding. Oh no, he's just absolutely dive bombing. Okay, so the Moto 2 guys liking a bit of a dive bomb here. Obviously Joe Robertson, the same thing from the previous lap. Here we go on the straight though. We're going to blast past Corsi. We're going to blast past De Angelis on the Moto E. We're going to outbreak Torres on the Moto E as well. Domi Agata in 9th place. Here comes Torres back up the inside of us, trying to get on the power. So past him now, we go to the outside of Domi Agata. Round the outside, can we get it stopped? Yes, we can. So we've got in front of him now, up into the top 9. So we're actually going to get a better position than last time because there's another pack of what seems to be slow riders up ahead of us. Jorge Navarro in 8th, so he started on pole position, so he actually didn't lose too many places. Bradley Smith's actually winning the race. Marc Marquez in 2nd, Shinya Nakano 3rd, Takaki Nakagami 4th. So Shinya Nakano, he could never get a point in the 181 Rider Championship, but here we are. The second race we've ever done on 178 riders, and there he is, right near the sharp end. It will be interesting to see if Marc Marquez can get past Bradley Smith. I've just done the fastest lap, 54.3 somehow. We're right behind Navarro. Looks like Gardner in front as well. Bo Ben Schneider. It actually could be Kazma Daniel. I'm not actually sure. It just looks like a sag bike from here. But we've got the run. It is Remy Gardner. So past Ben Schneider, past Gardner. Jake Dixon as well. Oh, we almost absolutely rammed into Jake Dixon and we've lost the front, but we're going to undo that. No, we're not. No, we're not. It's crashed again. Oh. So as you can see, this mod is much more unstable than the previous iterations of it, just because the game is a lot more demanding this year than it was previously. It's also not. I don't think it's very well optimized this year either. It never really has been, to be honest. I will say that it's not a very well optimized game. It never has been, but this year especially so, it seems to be quite poorly optimized. So I think that might be where we end this one off. Then seems to be a bit of a rapid ending there, but it's 3 or 4 crashes now. I'm gonna have to just keep restarting recording. So I think that's where I'm going to leave it. So I hope you guys have enjoyed that video. I will try and do some more content like this, some more 178 rider content. I hope you are happy to see this kind of thing back, because I've been being asked for months when 181 riders is coming back. Sorry, the game actually closed there. It kind of cut me off. So as I was saying, you guys have all been asking, when is this kind of series coming back, 181 riders, because you all loved it last year. Obviously, like I said earlier on in the video, it's my most viewed video ever. So hopefully this will live up to the expectations of that, and you will all have enjoyed this video. Not quite so much chaos, and to be honest, my favourite bit is probably when they all crash at the start, but the game just can't handle it this year. It is unfortunate. Obviously, my computer probably isn't the best. It's not as good as obviously it was when I first got it a few years ago, but it's still pretty good. It can run the game fairly fine on its own, but yeah, it seems like it doesn't like this kind of mod too much this year, so perhaps we might have to decrease the number of riders. We'll have to find out. So that is the 178 rider, every rider in one race video then. So if you haven't actually watched my videos before, or you only watch these videos, I do recommend you go check out my other ones if you like MotoGP content. I do a lot of, well, basically my whole channel is just MotoGP 20 videos, I do different mod videos. There's a couple other mods. I'll probably actually make a mods playlist. It just has loads of different modding videos that I've done in the past. My career mode currently actually has a mod on it as well for the current season, so if you're interested in seeing stuff like that. I do need to do some more tutorials and stuff like that, because a lot of the tutorials are outdated now. We've found new methods for things, or I just haven't updated them in a long time, so I do need to get on that, because a lot of you have been asking me how to do certain things. But yeah, I hope you have enjoyed this video anyway, guys. Hope you enjoyed the rest of your day. Hope you're all staying safe, and I shall see you in the next one.